to see you again. Thank you for being here.
All right, we started a series in our 2 previous videos. We've been talking about signs of immaturity in marriage. And today, we'll be discussing on a very important one. You will say everyone is important. This one is a monster. It's a monster. It has put a lot of people behind the bars. A lot of people are spending their lifetime imprisonment over there because of this monster. When it comes in, if it allows it, it kills your marriage, it destroys the children, and at the end, it can even bring murder. So that's why it's very important we look at it, and then you stamp it out as soon as you begin to see it. And what am I talking about? What are we discussing today? We're discussing jealousy. Don't tell me jealousy is love. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4, it said love is not self-seeking. Love is not envious. Love does not boil in jealousy. All right?
Yeah.
It does not boil in jealousy. Now, jealousy is when you begin to have a feeling or lay ownership or become overly possessive of your spouse. You understand?
Yeah.
You just want to tie yourself around your spouse. You know?
Yes. Jealousy, just like she said, is a monster. And not just a monster, it's a beast. Look at it. And you can describe it with any adjective that you want, but it's not something that we should live with.
At all.
You don't stay in a house with a monster or a beast of any kind. You don't. Because they will destroy, they will tear down, they will maim, and they will kill. And there, so we liken this jealousy as this beast. And then we must not allow it to stay one day in our relationship, in our marriage. We must do whatever it takes to root it out of our relationship and our marriages. All right? And then the word jealousy is each time you hear that word, it reminds you of revenge. It brings about revenge. You see, that word jealousy is just like the Bible says in the book of 1 Corinthians, also chapter 3. If you read from verse 1 down to 3, Apostle Paul was addressing the church in Corinth. And he told them, he said, I will not address you like matured people. I will address you like an infant. All right? Because you still behave like one. He said, when there is a disagreement among you, when there is jealousy among you, then it shows that you are still carnal. You're still not thinking like matured people. And this thing should not be. All right? So and that's why we said that jealousy is another sign of immaturity in marriage. All right? And we must do away with it. And today we'll be looking at this jealousy, and we'll also be looking at the pointers. Some of the signs that points that you are jealous or you're working in jealousy, I mean. And when this happens, it does not build a marriage. Instead, it destroys it. Okay? So today, as we begin to look at it properly, I believe that they're going to listen to us and allow the Lord to speak to our heart when we'll begin to explain.
Thank you. You see, jealousy makes you feel that the person you love will abandon you. That fear of insecurity. I mean, you feel not well loved. That worry and anxiety that probably he is going to leave you. You see, it has to do sometimes with something that is in the past. Because there's something that provokes jealousy. There's something that provokes jealousy. Sometimes it could be that you were in a past relationship where you were jilted, and then getting married to your husband now, every small thing sends signals, and you find yourself thinking out of fear, probably I'm not better. You know, that feeling of you are not adequate. By the time you compare, especially when you compare yourself, because for you to start feeling inadequate, or start looking at yourself with a very, low self-esteem, is because you are comparing yourself with others. So when you compare, probably you have a husband that has colleagues that are more of girls and all that, and you are beginning to feel that you are lesser. That thought will leave you with that insecurity. You find yourself, trying to monitor your husband and all that, or probably your husband has been the one that, has disappointed you or has something to do with the trust. Probably, what do you call it again?
In the past.
In the past, maybe has extramarital affairs and things like that, and you keep referring to the past. So that feeling of inadequacy, that everything that comes around him, is going there again. So it keeps making you have a control. And then, because you want him, it makes you to have control. You can do it in every way that's possible. You can even manipulate him, tell lies, threaten, just to make sure that he's under your control. That's jealousy. That's jealousy.
That is jealousy. And bringing it home. All right, bringing it home. You see, I want you to look around you. Are there things that are making you insecure in your marriage? Is it finances? Is it colleagues? Are there things that when you look at, you become afraid? Now, these things are the things that we have to discuss one-on-one. Now, I don't want a spouse to take this lightly. When one of us, between a husband and wife, begin to feel insecure in marriage, there is a need to make that person secure.
Yeah.
Very important. Don't sweep it in and say, well, you are too possessive, you are this, you are that. No. You see, you might say that because you heard people say that, but in your own case, it's serious. If you don't do anything about it, that monster will begin to grow fat and will begin to feed on those suspicions.
Yeah.
And they will thrive and they will eventually destroy your relationship. Now, if your wife is not comfortable with your opposite sex friends or colleagues, and she complains about them, and she'll begin to feel that something is happening between you, it's a time you sit down and reassure your wife that nothing is between us.
Yeah.
If you are sincere about that, say it, because something is about to destroy that marriage. For the fact that there's a doubt, something is creating doubt. Yes. And mistrust among you.
Yeah, it's true.
And you must deal with it instantly.
Exactly.
Sit her down, tell her exactly what is going on. Not you tell her that, look, there is nothing between us. It's purely professional. It's about job, and these are the way things are going. And not only just that, go ahead and begin to remove some certain things that keeps you late, that keeps you hanging out. That you spend more time than you're supposed to. If your job is closing up, but you know that you close work at 5, and you know you're not going to get home. Normally you get home around 6:30 or 7 or probably 8. Put a call through. Always let your spouse know where you are. Tell them where you are at every point in time. Clear the air. Don't allow those suspicions to be there. So they can say, okay, you are here now. I know at so and so time you'll be here. Sometimes they're coming back. My wife will call me. Where are you? They get it. And I'll say, okay, I'm in this place, and there is traffic. So now she will make she will calculate in her mind when I'm supposed to be at home. And if I'm not, she's going to put call again. Where are you? And there's something. Sometimes I call and say, where are you right now? What are you doing? Now, these things we check one another, right? And this gives us that kind of freedom. You'll be able to know where a spouse, where they are at every point in time. The same thing with a woman. If your husband is complaining about a particular man, whether in the church, whether in the neighborhood, whether in your office, hey, do something about it. What we're talking about here is your marriage. What we're talking about here is your home, your future, your life. Let me tell you, there is no other man that can be like your husband, and there is no other woman that can be your wife. They're outside there. You are the best ever. All we need is to work on ourselves.
Yeah, like you rightly mentioned, sometimes when your husband begins to point at something, especially a particular opposite sex, don't just sweep it under the carpet. Because just like women are very intuitive, Men can actually understand the language of men too. To you, you might not understand. But actually, they've read something out of it. And when they say, ah, baby, look at this. Don't say, I know. What you need to do is put a break. Stop. You understand?
Yeah.
And, explain yourself out. At least temporarily stop the whatever that is going on and let there be understanding, because your marriage is, in the foundation is the first thing first. Then to men too, when a woman begins to nose and say this particular, this is your lady, this is your secretary, and all that, probably you will see nothing. But women are also they have this intuition that they look at it, they know how women behave. Their body language, the way they do, they say, look, this one is after you. And most of the times when you look at it, you know that it's true. So let's not just say, oh, you're just being jealous. Let's also be what? Sensitive. You understand? Let's be sensitive. And and have open communication. And again, put away lies. You see, when you lie, for example, you are in VI and you're telling your spouse that you are somewhere else, she would have calculated.
Yes.
And you won't be able to say this and this and this, and you think she won't know. Of course, you're already hitting up the suspicious level of your spouse. Then the next thing again I want us to discuss now is, you see, sometimes when a man is gaining promotion, women are happy. I mean, we are by your side. The higher you go, together we climb. But then when it's the other way around, we see men feel threatened. In fact, if it is possible, they will stamp you down. Do you understand? And each time I look at this, kind of behavior, I see insecurity. You see, because one thing I understand is that the Bible said it's the man that will define his wife.
Yes.
But most times, men have defined their wives incorrectly. They define them based on what they feel is their need. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. Definition of your wife, but let me say also that is not every man that feel insecure when their wife is being promoted and they advance in their careers. Some men who has actually defined their wife correctly will support them.
Exactly.
Definition of your wife comes, no one else can define your wife but you as a man. Yeah. So you define who your wife is and who your wife will become. Now by seeing that in her, all right, as a man you are the head, you have the spiritual oversight over your wife. Yeah. The moment you come into a relationship with her, even from the point of dating and to the courtship, you'll be able to define who that woman is. You will know where the actual area she's gonna go in life and what she's gonna become in life, and then you begin to tailor her towards them and begin to give her all the necessary support to become it. Sometimes women always, not even sometimes, they need the support of the man to succeed.
Yes, exactly.
They cannot succeed on their own.
Yes.
Either their husband or a man somewhere in the office, a man somewhere in their business circle must always support them. Yes. Women are made that way, that they needed the support of the man for all the time. Yes. And so always provide that thing, that support for your wife. And when you do that, you are helping to define her. And in that path that she's going, then support her and allow her to get there. And also, ladies, now when sometimes it looks like men feel threatened and jealous over your work, over your promotion, over your what do they call it? Your lifting in life, okay, in your enterprise. Now the point is not really that they are, but the point that when it comes to finance, be open. Amen. Yeah. Be open. Let me tell you, spouse, we need to be open about in finances. Now, these are nothing that brings problem at home, and these are the things that stir up jealousy. Right? We should be open to that. Now, let the man know what is going on. The man knowing what is going on will not change anything. The only thing, as a wise woman, because I know women are very wise. Yeah. As a wise woman, what you do is that look at the things there. Probably at the point that this thing is happening, it could be that the man is not doing very well financially. Maybe he's having a problem with his job, maybe he has lost his job, all right, and you find him at home, but you are very busy moving about, doing things. Men has a lot to do. Once a man doesn't have money, that's the way they think. I want to tell you that they think the other way around, and it's like the whole world has collapsed on them. She needs your help at that point in time. You actually need to help him. You have to stand out another man and say, look, honey, I'm going to do something about it. Don't worry. If the money comes in, Yes, don't say, well, the money now, I'm going to pay for the rent, I'm going to pay for the upkeep of the family, I'm going to take care of the car, everything, yes. Before that money comes in, the man has been doing something also, take care of those. This time around, why not help him? Apart from giving out all those things and all those responsibilities, set out some money, and say, this man, take this, my husband. That money will not be attached to anything. Don't ask him to use that money and something in the house. Even if you want to follow that, say, look, don't keep that money is for you. You need to have cash in your pocket. When you do that, I'm telling you something, that man will hold you very well. You will be somewhere in the heart of that man because you are ministering to the man.
Yeah.
When the man walks out there before with their colleagues, he can as well buy something for himself or some others. He wouldn't be the one that will always be looking out or his friend to buy something for him. And each time that happens, the man feel pained. You get it? So sometimes that's what sometimes it looks like. The man will feel that if she climbs up there, then she's going to subdue me. She's going to control the family. She's going to tell me what to do. And some men will go as far as seeing that business collapse, that job will not work. That's why we say it's a monster. And when a monster starts doing a thing, they don't think anymore. Or they call them beast. They're not human. They don't have the five senses anymore. It doesn't work in them.
Yeah.
So we should not allow such things to happen among us.
This is really, I've heard stories of women, especially when their husbands are temporarily out of work. Their salaries they give to the men. But this is not compulsory.
Yes.
It's as you were led.
Yes.
You understand? Depending. You see, when a marriage is very transparent, and a man is also ready to work hard. Let it not be a man that will just sit down at home and say, do this one, I don't want to do that one, I don't want to do, and then he's waiting for the woman to just go at the end of the month. He said, give me money. No, it doesn't speak well of a man. Do you understand? It doesn't speak well of a man. At least a man should be able to, even if you have lost your job, at least you have other potentials, you have other things that you'll be sharing your visions with your wife. And he's encouraging. So let it not be that until I get that one, then I will remain at home and all that. It's not. You see, when men actually, the way things are, the way life is, men are the givers. So when it changes the other way around, of course, even if a woman is given to that man will still not be happy.
Yes.
Because that is not how the Lord made them. They are to tend the garden. Yes. You understand? So once they are out of job, even if they are not the ones that collect, except they don't collect, they prefer to be given to their wives. You understand? Yes. So I know the pain they even go through when you are even giving them.
Yes.
So in essence, is that women, marriage is the most important. I know career is there, your profession is there, but you see, when you don't pay attention to your marriage, when the chips are down, where will you stay? Do you understand?
Yes, there should be a balance.
There is, yes, there should be.
There should be everything.
Yes.
It's good we work, but even as much as we work, we should also look at the home.
Yeah.
Because that is the basis. In fact, that without home, you have no root. And right, so we must not neglect one another. And another thing also is this, we should, and that place that brings about suspicion and jealousy is the aspect of love making, the intimacy in marriage. We should be careful that, I've heard some women, over and over again and said, my work is so demanding and I work from morning till evening, be on the traffic, I'm back, I'm tired. You keep on giving excuses, all right, of not letting the man drink the wine, like one of our friends said. He said the woman should allow the man to drink the wine, and the man climbing, they should climb there carefully. Now, when that thing comes up, and especially in the night, because that's when you meet, probably during the day you are off there. See, yes, you are tired. Yes, you've been out there always doing that, but don't deny that man. I'm telling you. You see, sometimes do it not because you want to do it. Let it be one of the duties in marriage. Do it as a duty sometimes. Let him have his way. All right, okay. And also, to man, always understand. Sometimes, your wife could be very tired. It can be very tedious in the office for her. Yeah. And if she complains, try and listen, and also understand You see, when you are one,
Exactly.
you wouldn't want her down.
Yeah.
In sickness or in pains, you wouldn't want her. You always want her by your side. And the Bible says that we are one, and if one of your finger is hurting you, the entire body feel the pain. All right. So there should be understanding in between us. Vice versa. If the man is the other way around, okay, and the woman is demanding that, don't use vulgar words to her. Don't tell her, can't you close this your legs? Must it be every time? No. When you begin to say these things, you are signaling that there is somebody somewhere.
There's somebody somewhere.
There is somebody somewhere that is you're taking care of.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why you don't need it anymore.
Exactly.
You see?
Exactly. You see that aspect that my husband mentioned. I think it's a talk for another day. So because once you start having problem in your intimacy, you are making the other person believe that there is somewhere you're getting it.
Yeah, suspicion.
Yes, suspicion comes because there must be somebody feeding you. So that aspect, if we don't want problem, we should be able to resolve everything amicably. There should be no excuses, and there should also be understanding. Somebody said that if you want your wife in the night, please start in the morning. That is to what? Help. If she has gone to work and you are available, don't say it's a woman thing. If there are certain things you can do at home to help her out, so that she doesn't come back exhausted and then move into the kitchen and start doing everything again, and then in the night you are also scratching. Do you understand?
Yes, it's true, man.
So it's important.
You should get into the kitchen, do something.
Remove culture. Sometimes we are bound by culture. I'm an Igbo man, I'm a Yoruba man, I cannot do this and all that. No, families are unique. Create what is comfortable for you. And because when you start enjoying it, nobody comes to query you. And when you start having problems, it's you that will suffer it. Yes. Do you understand? Yes. So I hope we have touched a lot of things today. And I know you must have learned from one thing or the other. But remember, we are talking about jealousy. It's a monster. And it's something that you would deliberately stamp out. It's not like you have to put off that feeling from you. And if you're related, you're feeling inadequate. Probably you look at yourself, you have added weight, and you are feeling, your husband didn't say you have added weight, but when you see skinny people around or slim people around your husband, you start feeling fidgeting. Then it's time for you to work on yourself so that you can build your self-confidence.
Sure,
Abi?
Sure, it is.
Yes.
It is, and with this, we want to appeal to us. Let's go back and work in our relationship.
Yeah.
Let's work on our relationship. Let's do something to build and to spark the romance. Let's not give this monster, this beast, foothold to come into our marriage. All right? You raise every suspicion, and we trust God that the next time we will meet, I will see you and your spouse. Don't fail to follow us on our social media, on the Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and even YouTube. God bless you. And
remember to share our videos. Please share our videos. When you are doing that, you are encouraging us. God bless you as we see you some other time. All right, bye.
God bless.